Hello everyone, onlydraven here again. Thank you so much for tuning in. This week we are going to have a quick one, and I seriously mean it this time. Unfortunately, I've only got a short period of time, so we're going to kind of knock this out quick in just one long segment today. Begin again by thanking you all for tuning in every week. I appreciate all the feedback and comments everyone has been leaving. I'd like to thank everyone who's been visiting my website. There's been a lot of traffic on there, and I'm getting a lot of feedback on that, and I really appreciate that. I'm hoping to make some tweaks on that here in the next week or so, so definitely stay tuned to my website, address listed below, so you can see the changes and some upcoming hopeful announcements here in the next week or two as well. Today we're going to jump right into it. We'll start with how the week went. Check-in overall was pretty good. I only lost 2 pounds this week, but again, that's still a good week because I still lost something. A bit smaller than the last few weeks, but there have been a lot of changes to my diet and such the last week, so there's a lot going on in there. But 2 pounds does put me at a big milestone. Puts me at 150 pounds down exactly. For those of you who this may be your first video, I started this process on December 19th, 2016, and today is August the 2nd, 2017. So in just a little over 8 months, I'm down 150 pounds, which is a shit ton of weight. I mean, straight up and honest. That is a lot of weight to lose in less than a year. And less, really at, what, 3/4 of a year at this point. 2/3. And my math is not strong. 2/3 is what it would be. So that is a lot to lose. So I feel good. Losing the weight is awesome. I had a bit of a awesome little weight loss moment yesterday. My windshield, this is not the good part, my windshield has sustained 2 large rocks that have broken or cracked it in the past 3 weeks. About a week apart. A baseball-sized rock hit it on one side, baseball-sized rock hit it on the other side a week later. So I had to go in and get my windshield replaced. So I dropped my car off yesterday, and my wife didn't get off work for about another hour and a half. So I decided I'd just start walking home. And I walked 3/4 of the way across my town before she got off. Another 30 minutes, I'd have made it home. Because I was still going strong when she got there. But I walked for about an hour and 20 minutes straight. And mileage-wise, I couldn't tell you. It was several miles. Couldn't tell you the specifics. I haven't looked that up yet. But that, to me, felt really good. Going for a walk is something a lot of people do. But when I started this process 8 months ago, it kicked my ass just to get groceries. Walking around a grocery store for 15-20 minutes while leaning on a buggy, the time I got to the car, I was ready to pass out. Chest would be hurting. Heart would be hurting. I'd be out of breath. I'd be in tears. It was a miserable experience just to do basic stuff. Walking up the stairs at my house, 1 floor, beat me up. So to be able to walk 3/4 across my town in August is pretty damn impressive. To me, I felt really good about it. So my wife freaked out a little bit. She thought I may have pushed myself too hard, but I really felt good. I had several bottles of water with me because I'd come from work before that, so I had my lunchbox with a couple bottles of cold water in it. I brought them specifically for that. So I kept hydrated, kept moving, and I knew that if there was an issue, I'm on a public street. There's restaurants and fast food places. I could go into a store, sit down where it was air conditioned at any time should I need to. So I made sure I had that safety net, but I didn't need it. I stayed moving the whole time, not counting once to stop and tie my shoe. But other than that, I pushed right through it. So it was really good. Another 30 minutes, and I made it all the way home. So that's just one of those little miracles we've talked about before. It's little weight loss moments where you really do something you forgot you could do in the past, or maybe you've never done. It was just a good feeling to be able to achieve something like that. And now it's the next day, and I feel fine. I'm not sore or tired from doing it. So it was a nice little bit of time to spend just in my thoughts and seeing what I was capable of doing now. So phase 4 of my diet is going very well. I struggled a little bit because I'm supposed to increase the amount of food I eat so that I can get in the increased amount of protein. But I'm still not quite able to get that size of a portion down. It's still a little bit big. I've been increasing it, so I've eaten more over the past week than I have in months, which is probably part of the reason why I haven't lost as much weight, because I'm taking in more than I did. But the hard thing is getting in the protein. I'm supposed to get 175 grams of protein in a day, and I'm just still not able to eat serving size large enough to equate that. So I'm getting as close as I can. I'm trying to eat high protein foods. I've added some new things in that have helped, but still it's a bit challenging. Now, something else cool that happened. Two food experiences this week. Number one, I went to Taco Bell and I had a steak soft taco. If you've heard me in my videos before, recently I've been eating chicken soft tacos and having them put in a bowl, so I did not eat the tortilla. Now that I can have some carbs and breads in my diet, I ate one regular steak soft taco, and it was delicious. It was great because I can eat steak now, which is phenomenal, and I can eat some breading. So I still worked it in, made sure that I stayed within my carbs, fats, and proteins. But it was awesome to have that. The bread did not bother my stomach at all, which is awesome. So I didn't have any problems there. But one did fill me up. One steak soft taco, and I was done. So I ate a little quick, which probably didn't help, but I was just so excited. It tasted so good. So that was my first experience, and that was awesome. This week, my family and I also decided to go out, celebrate Phase 4, and have our first real dinner out in almost a year, 8 months really. So we went to Red Lobster, and there I had a 7-ounce steak. I forewent any of the sides. I did not get any of the potatoes or vegetables because everything they had was very carb heavy, and I wanted to make sure I stayed within my numbers. So I didn't get any sides. I had a Caesar salad with it, a side salad, and I had them bring that with my meal because it's important that I eat my proteins first. So 7-ounce steak, very high in protein, a little bit of carbs in there. I did not get croutons in the salad. Again, very unhealthy, lots of carbs. And the dressing's a little bit fat, but I worked that in. The steak itself was delicious. It was great to have a steak again. I didn't even get half of it down. I probably ate almost half, and then I had maybe 3 or 4 small forkfuls of the salad. But I got almost 3 meals out of that, which normally, back in the day, I would have got a larger steak with 2 sides, a salad to start with, probably dessert, eaten some of their biscuits, which I did not eat any of, and maybe even an appetizer, because I'm a fat ass. So, I ate a lot, but I was much less, could barely get it down, but it tasted great. So just kind of a reminder for those of you who are looking to have the surgery, have already had it and are in the earlier phases, there's still a lot of delicious food out there we get to have, convenient getting to go out and such. It's just a matter of making sure you stay within your numbers, okay, and you don't push yourself. Eat the things you can. So a lot of delicious food out there. You'll have to make some sacrifices, but you don't have to sacrifice everything. So steak dinner, phenomenal experience. So not something I'm going to do very often, because it's important to me to continue my healthy weight loss and maintain it, but it is nice to know that that option exists on special occasions. So with that, the only other thing I talk about with the diet is I did find a protein bread. And this bread, while it's protein high, it's carb light, which is what I was looking for. And the brand is Nature's Own Life Wheat and Protein. Okay, so it's a dark wheat bread. It's not a white bread, which you're supposed to stay away from. 8 grams of protein per slice and 2 grams of fat and only 9 carbs. Every other loaf of bread I looked at had at least 12, 16 grams of carbs, if not higher, sometimes 24 and 30. So to be able to find this, the high protein, low carb, let me add a little bit of bread. I usually have a piece of toast with my breakfast now. Again, calculating it into my carbs. The extra protein helps, and the fat, like I said, only 2 grams per slice, very minimal. I feasibly could eat a sandwich, again, with this bread, which I may eventually do now that I think about it, because sandwiches are awesome. It'd be a good source of protein. 2 of those, and then a bunch of meat in the middle. Could be a very high protein sandwich, so something to look forward to. So yes, bread. Eating the bread or toast in this situation did not bother me. Very lightly buttered, because again, fat, got to keep that in my numbers. It's nice to have that back in, and it has not bothered my stomach as of yet. So far everything is good there. But the diet's still plugging along. I'm still keeping on it, doing what I have to do. Maintaining most of my meals are the same, except trying to increase quantity and get a little bit more protein in, more chicken, more fish, and more beef. So, sticking with it. Good week overall. 2 pounds down, 150 pounds total. Huge ass milestone. It's great to be able to say that. Huge ass milestone. That is helping me not have a huge ass, technically. My ass is not as huge. Huge, but not as huge as it was. Working on that. So, with that, I'm going to go ahead and call it quits for the day. Short one this week. Thank you so much, everyone, again, who's been following me on Twitter and Facebook. Everybody who's been going to my Patreon page, I appreciate that. All my patrons especially, and of course everyone on Facebook and who's been going to my website. So please check out all my social medias and my website. All the links to that is in the description underneath of this video. And that's going to be it for this week. So thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you next week. Have a good one.